Hello everybody, my name is buzzycombs and welcome to another episode of Minecraft Dinotopia. Today, I would like to finally finish up my lovely little food court area by crafting a bunch of fun foods. Now, instead of winging all the crafting recipes and the items like I did last time, I actually made a massive list of all the ingredients I need for a couple of really yummy food items I'd like to make. And so I'm going to show you guys right on the screen for a quick moment just to show you how big the scale of this project is. Yeah, that's a lot of food, isn't it? And so, because I am going to need so much food, I'm actually going to build myself a little farm area. And that will be just over here across the river. And to use this as viable farmland, I'm going to have to clear out a couple of trees. Now, instead of doing the rational thing and cutting down each of these trees individually, I am actually going to resort to attempting a controlled burn. So hopefully, this doesn't go horribly wrong. And look at that. It is a glorious forest fire that is totally not going to go out of control. Okay, and I think this should be good for now. So let's just sit back and watch the glory as the whole world burns. Why is there a pillager on top of the trees? Lucky for him, the fire seems to have stopped here. Anyways, though, what would have been a several-hour-long mining session of gathering wood has now been turned into a quick 5-minute burn. Now, all I have to do is clean up a little bit of the leftovers, and then we can get started on building. And with this area now cleaned up, all I have to do is a little bit of terraforming to make the terrain a bit more suitable for a farm. Okay, so the land has now been terraformed, which means it's time to go through the list and figure out what kind of seeds I need to start planting. Okay, so I dug through all my chests, and I have all but 4 ingredients. For now, though, these are all the things I have, and I separated them into sections. One is trees, one are the normal plants, and then we have our sugarcane. And so what I'm going to do now is just start separating a few different areas for various crops to go into. All right, so all of my seed-based crops have been planted. Now I just have to start doing some bone meal magic and completely fill in the fields. And voila, the fields are all filled in. So I walled it in a little bit with some hedges on the outskirts, and I also squeezed in a cute little tree in the center because I feel like it just adds a little bit of oomph to the area. And there is a single open section still because we have one seed-based crop that we have yet to have yet, and that is almonds. But before we go on to trying to gather that, I'd first like to add a quick little orchard to the area. And with Pam's Harvest Craft, we can apparently craft ourselves some saplings. So I'm going to make... Oh wait, I might not have enough for them. So if we look at the vanilla beans, we need 8 vanilla beans and a sapling of sorts to make a vanilla bean sapling. Luckily for me, the vanilla tree did not completely burn down. So now I can quickly make a lovely vanilla bean tree, and then a lime tree, an apple tree, and now I need a banana tree, which I do not have enough bananas for. And so I'm just going to plant these trees right along here. And so now we need to venture out and find ourselves some bananas, cherries, almonds, cinnamon, and cabbage. And the only one that is seed-based is the cabbage. So I did a little bit of research, and apparently cabbages can only be found in a frozen biome. And so I'm going to use my nature's compass to find myself a taiga biome. And fortunately, there isn't one too terribly far away. Alrighty, Blaze, it's time for another one of our adventures. Now, I've also done a little bit of research into the trees I need to find in order to get the other crops I need, and a majority of them grow in warm biomes, and almonds actually grow primarily on the bark instead of growing off trees, so the almonds are going to be particularly tricky to find. But I have faith in this adventure because I am going to keep my eyes peeled for any tree that may catch my interest. Are these cherries? They sure look like it. Yes, we found cherries! There's a hermit crab! Oh my gosh, you are mine. I have a hermit crab. I have a hermit crab, and I am keeping it, and he needs a name. Please let me know what I should name this adorable little hermit crab in the comments down below. Thank you. Now back to gathering cherries. No, you stole my cherry! Oh, you little jerk! Dang it, I was almost done. Okay, thank goodness we now have all the cherries we need. Now we just gotta hop on Blaze and continue this adventure. Is that what I think it is? Do I see almonds in that tree bark over there? I don't know, but we are going to check it out. Please be almonds. Oh shoot. It's not ripe. I need bone meal. Blaze, do you have bones I can have? Please. I don't think so. Really quick, we are going to grab a bunch of alliums because there is a village nearby. I was going to use the village composter to get myself some bone meal, but the village doesn't have a composter. Oh, what the heck? But wait, it has bananas! It might not have composters, but it has something that I need. Hallelujah. Time to spend the next 5 minutes gathering 8 bananas. 1 banana, 2 banana, 3 banana, 4 banana, 5 banana! I got it. It's okay. 6 banana, 7 banana, and 8 banana. We now have all the bananas we will ever need. So now I'm going to craft myself a crafting table. And with this table of craftiness, I'm going to craft some slabs and use these to make a composter. And I'm going to get some bone meal. Okay, we have 6 bone meal. Now let's go and see if that wood is actually almond wood. Okay, moment of truth. Please, be what I'm looking for. Please, please, please. What are you? What is it? It's cinnamon. Wait, cinnamon? Guys, I am an absolute fool. I mixed up cinnamon with almonds. Almonds grow off of trees. It is cinnamon that grows in the bark. I think this could be qualified as the mix-up of the century. And I need more bone meal. But that skeleton fortunately provided plenty with his bones. And there's another one just over here whose body parts I can also harvest. Excellent. We just need 3 more. And there we go. We now have 8 pieces of cinnamon, which means that all we need are some almonds and our cabbage. And look, it's the taiga biome. We made it. And oh my gosh, what a cave. But no matter, that is not our focus at the moment. Instead, I'm going to venture into the depths of the taiga and see if I can find some frozen gardens. Frost gardens. That's the word. Okay, so I'm having no luck finding any of the frost gardens. So I think they might only spawn in actual snowy biomes, which in my opinion sucks because taigas are cold enough in my books. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to still search up taiga, but this time we are going to look for the frosted taiga. Okay, no, that is 7,000 blocks away. What about the snowy taiga? That is 6,000 blocks away. So a little bit closer, but it's not only back in this direction, but it's also really freaking far. So let's see if the other snowy biomes are any closer. Please. 6,000 and 404. We are going to the snowy slopes biome, I suppose. There it is. It's so close and it's so tall. Oh my. Oh no, there's powdered snow. Okay, we are just going to use our eyes from below. We'll see if there are any of the frosted gardens. But honestly, I don't see any. So I don't think we'll find any over here. Which means, unfortunately, we are going to have to resort to the 6,000 block away snowy biomes. All right, Blaze, let's hook you up and we are going to swim across the ocean together forever. Gosh, I am so glad there aren't any saltwater crocodiles. Ooh, surface level emeralds. Don't mind if I do. Thank you. Oh my gosh, it's an anteater carrying its baby. Oh, hello. That is so cute. I love that. After years of traversing treacherous terrain, thick, luscious jungles, dry, arid plains. Miracles of miracles, I found some almonds! Yes! Now all we need are cabbages. What is this? What? A cat statue? And leather boots? Is this a grave? Am I robbing somebody's grave right now? I don't know. But there's nothing under it but a Savannah cat statue. So, I'm just gonna bury this all back up and be on my merry way because that statue is really freaking cute. What is this biome? Oh my gosh, this is the coolest freaking thing I have ever seen. Wow. Okay, well, we have to go through here anyways, so let's just really enjoy the scenery for a moment here. Look at this. Have you ever seen anything like this? Oh my gosh. This would be such a cool place to build. Wow. Goodbye, pretty biome. I'll miss you. Oh dear. I am now in a massive maze of bamboo. I don't know if I'll ever get out. But we can swing our sword while on the horse, so that makes this a little bit easier. Oh, I'm so sorry for your home, little guy. Ah! Oh my jeez! No, 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 no. Ah! Run! I just got ambushed by a tiger. Oh my gosh, there are tigers. There are freaking tigers. Oh my gosh. Run, run, roll. Okay, that's really... Oh my gosh, I could have died. Me and Blaze were on the verge of death there. I don't want to be in here anymore. Where are the cold biomes? I've only been running through jungles this entire time. Well, on the bright side, we're not dead. But on the bad side, there's a lot more bamboo to go through. You're just gonna keep moving and hope that no more freaking tigers decide they want to make us a snack. Oh my gosh, we finally found it, guys. We made it. Oh, holy cow. What is that? Was that an ice hoglin? Let's not tussle with that. Let's just keep going. All right, Blaze, get on the ice. We are on the hunt for some frosted gardens, okay? Okay, let's go. Wait. I just drove past. We have frozen gardens. It's a miracle. Oh, there's a zombie. Go away, please. Please, thank you. This is just what we were looking for. Now we just need to destroy it all until we have some cabbage. Oh, I thought that was cabbage. But we got broccoli now! Cabbage! We have cabbage! At long last, we finally have everything that we need. Oh, now that we finally have the last item that we need, we can start heading home. And I am finally back home. Now, before I return to working on my farms, I'm going to set my hermit crab into this little terrarium right next to Jerry. Look at his little mouth. Wait, no, that's not a mouth. That's his head. Anyways, so now that I have everything that I need, I can take out all of these yummy food items and craft up a bunch of lovely saplings. Now I can place all these saplings in the little orchard area. And I would also like to craft myself a string tree because we can never have enough string. And I think the final touch we need for the orchard is just to surround it with a couple of hedges. And there we go, my little orchard area is complete. Now I just need to plant and mass produce my cabbages. And there we go, my little farm is finished. Now the next thing I would like to do is get rid of this tree right here and start building a cute little hutch for some bees. Basically what I'm going to do is frame it out with a bunch of jacaranda wood, shave the whole frame, then fill in all the gaps with glass. And honestly, it would be really cute to light this up with glowberries, but I'm too lazy to go out and find any. So instead, I'm just going to craft a couple of lanterns. And ta-da! The bee room is all lit up. The only thing we're missing now are the actual beehives. Now, over the last couple of episodes, I've actually been sneakily gathering some bee nests, so all I have to do is just place them down. Ah! Oh my gosh, they all jumped out. I kind of placed that one off center, but I don't want to anger the bees, so really quickly, I'm just going to craft myself 3 campfires and use them to smoke out the hives so I can safely relocate this one. There we go, as good as new. Now with the campfires doing their work, I can safely extract some honey. Yay! Now the absolute final ingredient we need to start working on are some cocoa beans. So I guess what I'm going to do is just clear out a little bit of space right next to our little bee area. And this will be our cocoa bean wall. And that right there was the final ingredient we needed to start producing. So now I just have to wait for everything to grow so I can do a mass harvest and have enough ingredients to start crafting my food. All of my plants are now grown, which means it is time for a harvest. Before I do that, however, I have come to a horrible realization. One of the ingredients I need are snowballs. And on my fantabulous adventure, I completely forgot to grab some. So I'm going to have to quickly retrace my steps and collect some before I continue. Yoink! These snowballs have been acquired, so now I can start harvesting all the crops. Okay, so I might have a little bit of a surplus because I already have this many crops. So what I'm going to do is actually just harvest a part of each plot because I really don't need several stacks of garlic. And I doubt I'll need that much of any of these. And now that I've gathered all my crops, I just need to collect a bunch of water, as well as a bunch of milk. And the final ingredient I need before I can start crafting is a bunch of eggs. Now I can start making the first craftable ingredient. First, I need to throw 20 coffee beans into my furnaces to make some hot coffee. Then I need to use my bakeware to turn 8 vanilla beans into some plain old vanilla. Next, I need 8 glass bottles and 2 honey blocks. Wait. Oh my gosh, wait, was I doing this wrong? Do I need to harvest honey bottles from the beehive and not craft it? Hold on one moment. Yep, that is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. If you couldn't tell, this is my first time that I have ever made honey bottles. So, I guess I just have to wait a little bit so I can collect 8 honey bottles. Whoopsie daisy. Alright, I now have all 8 honey bottles, which means I can craft 2 honey blocks. Next, I'm just going to craft the remaining ingredients I need. Now, those are all the edible ingredients we have for our foods. But before we can move on to actually crafting all the yummy stuff, we have to grab a few strange ingredients. And that would be 4 blue dye, 4 green dye, 2 poppies, and 2 dandelions that I can use to craft 4 orange dye, and 4 more poppies in order to craft 4 red dye, and 4 pink dye. And now that I have everything that I will ever need for my cooking needs, I'm going to do the rest of my crafting over at the food court and start things off at the tasty little donut shop. Now for the donut shop, I'm going to craft several different types of donut flavors, which will be chocolate, jelly, cinnamon, and powdered. Next, I'm going to make some honey buns, then some cinnamon rolls, and then the last few items I'm going to make are going to be some espressos and some tasty, tasty hot chocolate. And because there are so many items for this shop, I'm actually going to frame them all on the very back wall. So we got all the donuts, the honey bun and cinnamon roll, and then all of these tasty drinks. Ta-da! This makes for the perfect breakfast stand. Next up, we are going to stock our candy shop. Okay, so with candy, of course, we are going to have a ton of sugary treats, such as cotton candy, peppermints, jelly beans, gummy bears, marshmallow chips, s'mores, marzipan, Rice Krispie treats, and on the slightly healthier side of the spectrum, we're going to make some caramel apples and chocolate-covered strawberries. Yay! We are also going to hang these tasty treats on the wall, and we don't actually have room for our last item, and so I'm going to stick the cotton candy on the outside of the candy shop. Lastly, I would like to make a yummy fried munchies stand, which basically is just going to have a bunch of iconic, super greasy, unhealthy fried food. And so, among the menu will be potato chips, barbecue chips, sour cream and onion chips, pretzels, mozzarella sticks, a foot-long sub, a grilled cheese, corn dogs, hot wings, and some fried chicken, of which I'm going to use to craft the fried feast. And the last thing I'm going to craft will be the incredible, unstoppable feeder box. Because who doesn't love having a box of popcorn and some chocolate? Now, of course, I just have to frame it all up. The next food stand I would like to tackle will be our pizza shop. For the pizza shop, I'm going to make a classic pepperoni pizza, some anchovy pizza, barbecue chicken pizza, ham and pineapple pizza, a supreme pizza, and lastly, a pizza soup. Ugh. Gosh, I would not want to try that. Now, I know I said that was the last item, but the true last item on the pizza menu will, of course, be some tasty, tasty garlic bread, one of my favorite foods. And since we have a lot of space and this is a pizza place, I'm going to frame all the pizzas up front and in center, and then the non-pizza items will be set up back here. And voila! Now the absolute final stand I would like to work on today is, of course, our little ice cream shop. And for the ice cream shop, I'm just going to make all the ice cream I can, which will be vanilla, chocolate, caramel, cherry, mint chocolate chip, mocha, Neapolitan, nut top, and lastly, a banana split. And to display the listing of all these yummy ice creams, I'm actually going to make a cute little menu stand. And ta-da! That is the final food stand for today. Because for this fancy old restaurant, I would actually like to ask you guys what I should serve in this fancy little restaurant. So please comment down below what foods you think should be served here. And on that note, that is the end of today's episode. So if you guys enjoyed today's episode on Minecraft Dinotopia, let me know by leaving a like and subscribe. And without further ado, thank you all so much for watching, and I guess I will see you all next time. Bye-bye! Ah! Okay, there's a child outside. That could have been... Oh, no, you dimwit! Why did you do that? No! Ah! No! Die! Die! Okay.